I'm Solario, and I've been a parishioner of Most Holy Trinity for the past 35 years. And studying to be a deacon in the Diocese of San Jose, trying to represent the marginalized and those that feel oppressed in our communities, I join them in this venture. I join them in the margins when it comes to losing our home. My family and I had our first home for 5 years. It was a beautiful home, just perfect for my family. Then a loan broker and our real estate agent convinced me to get into a bigger house because it would be a better investment and better for my family. We got into a mortgage that was an adjustable rate loan. I put down $200,000, which was money from my father and from our first home. The loan broker told me that for the first 8 years, we would make a payment we could afford, and then we would be able to refinance after 8 years. Well, it went up to $6,900 a month after the first year. That was 140% of my income, 80% of our combined income as a family. We started to borrow money to make the payments because the bank said that they would modify for us. We tried to get a loan modification that would allow us to stay in our home, close to what we were paying before, but the lowest they would go was $5,400. My wife and I borrowed from friends and family once again and really tried to make it work. We asked the bank for help, but they refused. We simply couldn't keep making that payment, and we lost our home. Once it went into foreclosure, Bank of America, then as Bank of New York, bought the loan. They put it up for auction. We still live in our home, but could lose it any day. I want to stay in my home and pay for my mortgage. My home is underwater and would only go for about $500,000 at auction, but they wouldn't keep me in it for that money. With what I still owe, I will and willing to pay much more for that, but they won't work with us. BofA has come to my home, taken pictures, looked at their future investment, and they would take it where me working with Community Solutions, who is finding loopholes, that paperwork that BofA cannot produce, but allow us to stay another month or two. There's a lot that's uncertain. This has caused a lot of stress, not knowing what is going to happen, stress during my discernment process and becoming a deacon, the uncertainty of my daughter's future, and also the emotional impact it's having on our family. We're a strong family, but not being secure in what we're going to do and where we're going to live is extremely stressful. Being part of this process has caused a stress to hundreds of family in our own parish community, thousands in our city. I want to invite Bank of America to respect what home loans were intended for, to keep us in our home. Bank of America, you brought a predatory loan and wanted to turn a profit. You can still turn a profit and let us keep our homes. So I'm asking you to stop doing harm and do what is right. Because just like in the movie, It's a Beautiful World, we want to make sure that it is not only a beautiful world, but it is an extremely beautiful community for all of those. I know that many of our politicians in Washington said that Bank of America is too big to fail, but so are our communities, so are our families. We are too beautiful, we are too loving, we are too united, and we are too big as families to fail, to be left on the streets.